channel, fam. Thank you so much. If you don't mind, go ahead and click the like button and share it to those and your loved ones. Today, I want to talk to you about, out here in the tropics, it's always stirring around. It's already bubbling around. So being prepared. Are you prepared for the storms? Are you prepared for upcoming tropical storms, hurricanes, bad weather? This video is a friendly reminder and some great little helpful tips that we use throughout the years to help us be better prepared. Also, additional comments about what do you do to prepare for hurricanes and storms in your area, and what would be some great suggestions too as well. Leave them in the comments. Thank you so much, and you're helping somebody more than you just helping me. What are you doing to prepare? Do you have gas? If you're gonna grill, do you have charcoal? What about your generator? How's your generator? What's going on with your generator? Have you tested it this year? Have you ran it? Have you checked the oil? Have you pulled it out of storage? Do you have accessibility to it? Another thing is how you doing on your canned goods. Have you checked the oil in your car? Make sure you gas up your vehicles. Go ahead and do all of that stuff well in advance, days before it even gets in the proximity of where you are. Make sure that you have an emergency plan, emergency kit. If you do, have flares or anything. Your battery packs, your power supplies. Make sure everything is charged up. If you have chargers, portable chargers, make sure you charge them up. Check your flashlights. Come on, fam. Let's get geared up. Let's get ready. Do not get caught flat-footed. Have an evacuation plan if you need to take that evacuation plan. Also, make sure if you have kids that may be off to college, maybe down in the line of the storms, make sure you have a conversation with them, talk to them, make sure they understand evacuation routes, make sure they have a game plan. Maybe they can reach out to maybe some fellow classmates, some church members, or some safe place that they can go and they can reside during the time of the storm. Hopefully, this hurricane season will be not so strenuous. Hopefully it will be okay. But just in case, it's best to be prepared. So make sure you do all the necessary steps. Make sure you check with your local emergency management. If you're leaving your place of residency and you're gonna vacate and there's a hurricane that comes through, you might wanna consider getting maybe some game cams. Put them on around some trees or maybe around a post, and allow them to be able to photograph or video your premises. Just in case, I'm not saying no one would take anything while you're gone if things become disarrayed, but you might want to consider having that there just in case if someone wants to find something that may be belonging to you. So when was the last time you checked your generator? Make sure the oil is there. Do you have gas cans? Have you checked your gas cans? Are they clean? Are they put in a dry spot? Matter of fact, it may be time to consider refilling them. You heard we're storming out. If you got a chainsaw, do you have bar oil? Have you checked your bar oil? Do you need a chain? You might want to go and get an extra chain, because sometimes you get them down trees, and if you got a chainsaw, you can go ahead and cut those trees, and then it may be life-saving for you and your family. How about your spare tires? Are your spare tires inflated? Are they ready to pump, ready to go? Just in case you run over some debris when you're trying to evacuate, or just in case you're trying to maneuver after the storm. Check your flats. Make sure you got all your jack, make sure you got all your sockets, make sure you got your four-way lugs, make sure you got everything you need, because hey, you don't want to get caught flat-footed. Filled up. Don't forget to fill up your tub and your sinks with water, just in case the water gets shut off just before the storm. You don't want it to overflow, but you just want to make sure that you're good. And go ahead, any kind of containers that you have, you may want to go ahead and fill it up just in case you're out of water, fam. You want enough water to maybe flush toilets, or maybe just rinse off, or to clean things, or what have you. So make sure you do that. Don't forget to get some cash on hand too. It's important that as you're traveling, you might need to get a little cash, because sometimes the internet may be down or the electric may be down, and cash is king when it comes to moving in a time of emergency. You might need to check your propane tanks. Make sure you got filled propane tanks. Just in case you might need to do a little family cookout while the lights out, while the power's out, while everything's out. This is a time where you can get together with the family on a propane grill during the time until power is restored. You get your propane. That way you got some propane tanks to go ahead and do some grilling, or even charcoal. Get you some charcoal, but be careful, fam. Make sure that it's well ventilated. Do not do it in a closed-in area. Same thing with generators. Do not run your generator in a closed-in area. Be safe. Make sure you store your fuels in a safe place. Let Ziploc bags be your friend. Ziploc bags are great for storing important documents, important papers. Make sure everyone has their IDs. Make sure everyone has either their Social Security card or anything else, just in case you need to vacate and leave the house real quickly. Because the last thing you want is for floods or storms, or God forbid if a tree come down and open up the top of your roof, or a tornado come through, and then now you're trying to search for documents aftermath. That's a bad situation. Or you're in line to try to get all of your documents and you don't have any documents to prove who you really are. Also, before the storm, don't forget to pick up loose debris around your yard. Any loose tools or anything that could just be flying objects, go ahead and pick those things up before you leave or vacate your premises before the storm, before the hurricane. If you don't know 2 to 3 people in your neighborhood, now is a great time before the storm to introduce yourself and get to know a couple of neighbors and exchange contact information, just in case. They may tough it out, they may stick around, and if you don't stick around, you can call them not only to check on them, but also to check the status to find out whether there's lights there, whether there's lights not, before you go and try to make that travel back to your original location. So get to know your neighbors, communicate with each other, and also have a game plan for one another too. Canned goods, make sure you get some canned goods, non-perishable goods. You know, you don't want to just have a bunch of meat in the freezer. Don't go grocery shopping buying a bunch of frozen and refrigerated goods just before the storm. I know there may be a sale on it, I know it may be attractive, but unless you got a way to store it, now if you got a way to store it, please jump on it. But if you don't have a way to store it, it's just waste. It's just waste. And you don't want to take a chance and eating it when you got power compromised, and then you might get food poison after the storm. Have your plan. Get your family ready, get everything in place. Make sure that you get your documents, your papers, put them in Ziploc bags, watertight bags. Make sure you got everything that you need. And if you do need to leave or evacuate, make sure you got everything in place, that you're not trying to go to a gas station. Make sure you got alternative routes just in case if the main thoroughfares get shut down. Get your maps. Go ahead and make sure you go and buy your maps. Get it, y'all. No excuse. Let's save lives. Tell a friend. Make sure you got everything you need. Take care, stay blessed, and don't forget to keep on growing. Grow.